I talked to Prince and he called and he was pitching. He was saying that me, him, and Jay-Z should start an entertainment company. And he said he had talked to Jay and he wanted to do it. And we talked that night, and in the morning, he was gone.
I sat down with Prince eye to eye. He told me his wishes before he died.
But just last Thursday, Prince was back in Atlanta to make up for those missed shows. By all accounts, he gave his usual strong performance.
He left everything on the stage. He gave us his all. He did around 4 encores.
Just hours after the show, however, as Prince's private jet was winging its way home to Minneapolis, a medical crisis. The plane was forced to make an emergency landing at 1:30 in the morning in Moline, Illinois. An unresponsive person aboard.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightanddayrherbals.com.
All right, what's up, y'all? We got to get into this real quick. So I came past a video of Will Smith recently doing an interview with a podcast called Broken Record Podcast, which Will Smith explained on there that he like 4 hours before Biggie passed, that was his first time meeting Biggie. In Los Angeles, 4 hours before Biggie death. And he goes on to say that he talked to Prince 8 hours before he passed away. And he said he talked to Prince about him, Jay-Z, and Prince starting an entertainment company together. And he said 8 hours after that, Prince died. And I find that kind of mysterious. But before I go ahead and get into the details about this, let's go ahead and get into this video of Will Smith actually explaining this. Please hit that like button if you haven't. I'm gonna put the banner up for this one because, you know, copyright purposes or whatever, but please make sure y'all smash that like button and share this video if you can. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, put some sound on.
Met Notorious B.I.G. like for the first time
the night he got killed.
What in the world?
Let me tell you, like, and I don't even want to say this out loud because it's like a terrible jinx. I met Biggie, 4 hours before he got killed, and I talked to Prince 8 hours before he died. I talked to Prince and he called and he was pitching. He was saying that me, him, and Jay-Z should start an entertainment company. And he said he had talked to Jay and he wanted to do it. And we talked that night, and in the morning, he was gone. I don't know what that says about me.
Well, I don't think it. You have enough experiences in life. Look, things happen. Lightning strikes, and you have enough.
Oh no! I'm like, no, wait, don't call me. Don't call me.
I think you've had plenty of phone calls. I'm sure you're okay. Don't take it that way. But that's got to be a disorienting experience to wake up and be like, oh, I just met this, or I just met this insanely talented, brilliant human, and now they're gone. Or I just had a phone call with Prince, who,
Yeah, no, the Biggie one made me cry because it was like stupid.
Yeah.
And it was like just centered on hip hop, like for rapping, and that one hurt me. It scared me too, but yeah.
That's mysterious, man. This is mysterious hell. Now, Jay-Z got a song called Caught in Their Eyes, right? Let me share this. I'm not going to play this whole thing because, copyright purposes, but what I want to do is play a couple seconds of the lyrics where he's actually confirming that he talked to Prince before he died. So this is on Jay-Z's 444 album, a song called Caught in Their Eyes. Now listen to these lyrics. I'm going to play a couple seconds. Please hit that like button if you're just tuning in.
I sat down with Prince eye to eye. He told me his wishes before he died.
I sat down with Prince eye to eye. He told me his wishes before he died. Now that's Jay confirming what Will Smith said about them talking about starting an entertainment company. Now, what I find mysterious is that when Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, Dame Dash, and Suge Knight talked about starting something separate from the music industry. Now, my recollection, I thought they was talking about starting a distribution company, but what y'all want to do is switch off into Irv Gotti on Drink Champs, saying it wasn't a distribution company, but it was, matter of fact, it wasn't Drink Champs. Let me see if I can find this video real quick, because this is Irv Gotti saying that they were supposed to start a union, a hip hop union together, if I'm not mistaken.
When you, Jay Prince, and Suge were going to create that movement, whatever it was going to become, do you feel that that's part of why the feds also came in on you?
Could have. I don't know for sure, but definitely could have, because it was some powerful shit. We used to meet at the L'Hermitage.
L'Hermitage, I know that.
And L'Hermitage was like a popular hotel. And when I say, when people used to come in and see me, Suge, and Jay Prince, they was shocked.
Imagine.
But it wasn't. It was a union.
A union.
Like a SAG type of union you guys want to create?
Yeah. It was all Suge. Suge is brilliant. So he was like, music artists deserve a union. He said, put up some money for them with an annuity, get their medical and dental. And he had the nigga who started the baseball union. He's gonna put it all together.
So it wasn't distribution. That's what we've heard a lot about.
See, I would have took that idea that y'all had, but I would take it from Chuck D. I just wasn't giving Suge my money. Like, I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Like, you mean?
It would be like.
So that makes me think, like, all right, how did the feds, you see the feds got on to them? Somebody had to leak that information to the feds about Jay Prince and Suge Knight and Irv Gotti. And I think they added Dame onto there. They was all supposed to, start this hip hop union up. How did the feds come and bust that up? Somebody had to tell them. So I be thinking that some of these dudes they be keeping some of these guys in place to keep intel on certain individuals, because Prince was wanted to do the same thing with Jay-Z and Will Smith. So I'm like, all right, did any of these guys right here went back to those people and told them, look, this is the plan. They want to do this plan. This person want to do this plan to start an entertainment company or distribution company or a union, because anything against them, the elite, any type of competition, they not for any type of competition. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me think, like, these dudes be telling. They be telling on each other, man. This video actually shows Prince going into pick up a prescription. Now it's easy for them to slip that into his prescription bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a piece put out by ABC News. Says inside Prince final days before his death, part 1. So we're gonna get into some of this real quick. I need y'all to smash that like button.
In Minneapolis today to celebrate the life of Prince, but also to try to make sense of his mysterious and untimely death. Here at Paisley Park, where Prince both lived and worked, they came to honor a native son who became a global pop icon. How did you feel when you heard the news today?
Devastated.
It was 9:43 Central Time Thursday morning when sheriff's deputies found the music legend unresponsive inside of an elevator that led to his living quarters. It was sudden, but not entirely shocking. While just last month, Prince appeared the picture of health, showing up courtside at this Golden State Warriors game, April brought the first signs of trouble. At the Fox Theater in Atlanta on April 7th, organizers canceled 2 concert appearances, saying the entertainer was battling the flu. But just last Thursday, Prince was back in Atlanta to make up for those missed shows. By all accounts, he gave his usual strong performance.
He left everything on the stage. He gave us his all. He did around 4 encores.
Just hours after the show, however, as Prince's private jet was winging its way home to Minneapolis, a medical crisis. The plane was forced to make an emergency landing at 1:30 in the morning in Moline, Illinois, an unresponsive person aboard.
Moline, jet P998 down 127.
The celebrity gossip site TMZ broke the story.
They took him to the hospital, and after doctors looked at him, they said, look, you're going to have to stay for 24 hours.
Curiously, TMZ's...
Now I want to switch over to TMZ because I found this whole thing with TMZ breaking it down. So I want to switch over to this TMZ video that they did on Prince. I need y'all to go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't. And let's go ahead and get into this.
We're moving on now to Prince and the investigation, which is really just getting started into how he got that fatal dose of fentanyl. Who gave it to him? Who prescribed it? Are they different people? Was it prescribed from a doctor or was it prescribed to someone else?
I want to give you one of the operating theories we got from law enforcement, and this is a possibility. It appears, based on everything I can see, number one, I do know for a fact they knew almost immediately it was fentanyl. We are told that this drug was obtained illicitly. Now, that means it can mean a number of things, but it means it wasn't just a flat-out prescription, legitimate prescription to Johnny Depp. It could have gone through a third person. To Prince, excuse me. Sorry about that. It looks like, one of the theories is that a doctor prescribed it to someone Prince knew, knowing that that person would then give the drug to Prince. And one of the reasons for something like that is you don't want the same person to get so many prescriptions, it becomes a red flag for the DEA.
It's essentially...
I feel like that someone slipped. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is mysterious as hell. You know what I mean? Because they trying to make it like Prince was, you know, a drug addict. And I'm not ruling out to say, you know, anything ain't possible. Like, but with this situation, this shit is like too mysterious. And the fact that Will Smith would come out and say this, that him and Jay-Z had a conversation about starting an entertainment company, and then he passes away. And it goes back to the Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince thing, trying to start the record. He's trying to start the hip hop, you know, union, and the feds came and busted that up.
They're like hiring a drug mule.
Well,
it is.
And guys, the reason we know this too is because the feds, the DEA has come in to support Carver County where this actually happened, and the state's attorney there in Minnesota, they've come in to help. And what they specialize in is the nationwide system of doctors who are allowed to prescribe things like fentanyl. And what they call it is prescription drug diversion. And diversion, Harvey, is what you just described, where they know, and they knew almost like you said right away, that the way that Prince got fentanyl wasn't as simple as one doctor prescribing it to him and him taking too much of it, or one doctor doing something illegal, because the state would handle that. The feds came in and they have told us the reason they're there is because it's a little more complicated. That it's levels away.
I just thought of something. And you know what? I literally just thought of something. Mike.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You're talking about the photo the day...
We got a photo the night before Prince died at him at Walgreens in a parking lot.
And you know that there was a doctor he went to that day.
But he was in the parking lot and not inside waiting for someone to get a prescription.
All right, this is the Walgreens right here. All right, you see my man's walking with the phone, saying, you know, probably gonna warn them your Prince is outside, come to pick up his medication.
That Walgreens was also searched. Could that prescription have been in somebody else's name, and the person who walked in may have had it under his name? It's just a theory.
It's a theory. However, not only is that a good theory, the most common drug diversion that the feds look at is someone being prescribed the medication and giving it to somebody else who's an addict. That is the most common thing done for that. In that diversion.
And we were wondering why Prince was
in the parking lot,
pacing in the parking lot, outside,
waiting for somebody to bring that drug over to him. Who was it that was inside that store?
His driver bodyguard was inside.
Okay. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know if there was a third person or whatever else. I have no idea who it was, whether they bought anything. We are not. I'm just saying that one of the things we know they're looking at is, could a third person have been the one?
And I will also say that one of the other most common ones is doctor shopping. This is the Michael Jackson theory, I call it. In this case, remember, the paperwork we've seen so far and the raids they've done in Minnesota have been at a doctor's office and with Prince's name on it, not specifically 5 doctors or 10 with all these different aliases. It has been very zeroed in on one thing. And Harvey, it is drug diversion for one doctor to prescribe something for Prince in somebody else's name or to a third person. So I think you're right. That may be what they're doing right now.
So this, like I said, this makes me think that when these guys be planning behind the scenes, it's always a damn mole in there. Because, let me switch to this real quick. Jay Prince actually explaining the situation of them, you know, starting the distribution, well, union, as Irv Gotti has put it, hip hop union.
No, when you, Suge, and Gotti were getting together, wanted to create that distribution platform. What was going through your mind at that time when you said, you know what, brothers, let's go ahead and put our minds together and get the job done?
Yeah, I love the Black Power movement where we all had a meeting of the mind. You know, someone left that meeting talking about our movement. A lot of times, you know, I don't believe in announcing something before I conquer it. And, you know, unfortunately, the feds hit all of us at the same time, which I don't think was a coincidence.
Yeah.
So, you know, as you know, they destroyed and dismantled Murder Inc. You know, they done Suge pretty bad, and I was the last one standing, even though they put hitmen and different things on me as well.
Talk to me about that, Jay, because I mean, you're out here having a business.
He said somebody left that meeting talking. That's what I'm saying. Like, these dudes be coming up with these plans, but there's always some type of mole in there. You know what I mean? Like he said, the feds all hit them at the same time, which means somebody left that meeting saying something to somebody else, and somebody else went to the feds and let them look, this is the plan, this is what they're trying to do. Same thing like with Prince. Who left that meeting between Prince, Will Smith, and Jay-Z? Who left that meeting and went back to the feds and told them? I'm starting to think, I'm not gonna say, you know who, but it's starting to point to that guy over there, because Gene Dill did an interview with Art of Dialogue, and Art of Dialogue asked him what happened to that thing about Suge, Jay Prince, and Irv Gotti starting a distribution company. And this is what Gene Dill said. Let's get into this. This what makes me think a lot of these dudes be working with the feds, and it already came out that this guy was working with the feds for years, and even had Kanye saying you work with the feds. Like, come on now.
In the last interview we did, you were speaking about how Puffy, he told on Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince about the
bing, 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 bing. Let's continue.
Distribution company they was trying to make. How do you know for a fact that Puffy told the police? So if you don't mind, can you break that down some more, yo, for the people?
Because it wasn't the police, it was the feds, one of the persons who was with them. So you got to understand this, right? Suge Knight was bringing terror onto Uptown Records, had them scared. You understand? Had them scared. That's why Andre Harrell would hire a person like Bill Whitfield that was a strong dude that didn't care about nothing, and they would do his thing against somebody or anybody. He did everything to protect Andre Harrell. But and this is the situation, Suge was extorting them, and they thought he was using extortion tactics. You understand? To get Mary J. Blige's contract right, to get Jodeci contract right. And it was this other person, I don't know, it was Jeff Red, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody else in Uptown Records that he was helping to try to get their contracts right, because they wasn't getting no points, no publishing, they wasn't getting nothing but show money. You understand what I'm saying? So now, when Puff, Kirk Burroughs, that's the other person that was with them, they go up to the feds with all this paperwork, you understand? And I mentioned this before, you understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing. And which I'm finding out they wasn't even gonna be a part of it until later. But they was in fear, like they was trying to be made to be a part of this whole distribution thing that Suge Knight was trying to build up with Rockefeller, because it was Dame Dash, it was Irv Gotti, it was Jay Prince, and Death Row. You understand what I'm saying? So now everybody wanna know who's this and who's that, and want to go back and say, yo, how do you know? It came from the horse's mouth. He said he got all the paperwork to prove it.
Dang. So Puff went up there and basically told them, you know what I'm saying? He said Puff was working with the feds. Now you think Jay-Z ain't working with the feds after, you know, his business partner, Rock Nation, you know, was an informant for the FBI. After she got busted with like 30 kilos, she you know, turned in evidence on, you know, was an informant for them and busted 2 cartels.
All right. Remember when Jay-Z said this?
I think we passed kneeling.
Let me play it again. This time, look at the reaction of the lady sat just behind him. The reason why she's worried about how Jay would respond is because she's the CEO of Rock Nation, but in her former life, she was a federal informant. In 1994, Desiree Perez was arrested for bringing in 35 keys of Griselda Blanco into Miami. Under pressure, she agreed to wear a wire for the DEA. Quick side note, Desiree Perez is the name Dame Dash refused to say on this Breakfast Club interview.
Once a has certain friends, we don't even talk about them no more where I'm from.
Now, around that same time, Jay-Z and Perez spearheaded Rock Nation's prison reform initiative with Meek Mill. I guess their hard work paid off, because on the 19th of January 2021, this list was released. Desiree Perez's criminal past had just been wiped clean by the outgoing president, Donald Trump.
Like, these dudes work with the feds, man. That's what Cat Williams said. A lot of these dudes work with the feds. So you mean to tell me that, you know, the meeting that Prince and Will Smith had with Jay-Z, somebody ain't go back and tell the feds that intel, and they started effing with Prince after that? I mean, it's all, you know, I mean, this is all speculation to me. You know, this is just a theory. I'm not saying it's for sure, it's a theory. But something is mysterious here, man. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think of this, man. Because that's crazy. That's crazy that when these people go, you know, start to come up with a plan to separate themselves from you know, the industry and start something on their own, mysteriously, niggas die, niggas go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Look at Puff. He started talking that black righteous stuff, talking about starting a whole black party. Remember, he launched the Revolt channel with that.
If this man is elected, we're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war. But it would also be irresponsible of me to just let this moment go by. The world is watching, and not do everything I can to make sure that going forth that we're a part of the narrative, that we own our politics. And so I'm launching one of the boldest movements that I've ever launched. And it's called Our Black Party. Okay. It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation. Not at all. We're not a part of the conversation. We don't have any political power. We don't have any political leverage. And so we started Our Black Party with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it. This is the biggest threat and the only option that we have right now as far as making a change, taking our own self-responsibility and accountability to be educated and empowered with our vote. So what's the goal for our Black Party? Our Black Party is number. But there's a level that you get to, and you're successful, and you get to the point of being successful, and as a black person, there's this thing that kicks in. There's this jealousy that kicks in. There's this fear that kicks in. Then they start to burn things down. Then they start to take the money out the Freedom Bank. Then they go back on the 40 acres and a mule. Then we don't deserve our worth. So even Hov, Jay, none of us are immune to it. He had to sue Bacardi to get his worth. Like they make us at the next level. You think that you've overcome everything. Oh, I finally made it. And then there's a whole nother army up there that is there to try to push you down the hill. And that's why from being at the mountaintop, I could come back down and tell y'all the only way out of this is if we can unify and combine our forces, because what's waiting for you up there that's
Now he talking about the elites, the people that's above them. You know what I mean? Now they talking about going to start record companies and distribution companies and hip hop unions away from the people that's above them. That's competition. They not gonna want to have that. So, like I said, people they gonna be using their media to destroy these people. You know what I mean? They gonna use the media to destroy these people. Now, you even seen Diddy's sitting behind bars right now. We see they didn't use people to come after Jay-Z with the whole 13-year-old allegations thing. R. Kelly sitting behind bars. Bill Cosby was behind bars, but now you don't see Bill Cosby in the public whatsoever. It's like they scared him into basically just not, doing anything now. He just chilling. Bill chilling. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. This is crazy, yo. And on that note, this is JR Curry, Night and Day Network, Night and Day Talk Media, and I'm up out of here.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightanddayrherbals.com.